Jillian. The last three, of course, we have Arissa Cox, the host here. So, Gary, how did that feel last night? I mean, did you think you were the guy, that it was happening for you?
I mean, I definitely thought I was going to win.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with second place. I really am. You know why? Because I feel like a winner. And when you feel like a winner, you are a winner.
Doesn't $100,000 feel more like a winner?
You know what? It was never about the money for me. It was about being the face of something that I never saw on TV, that I wanted to see on TV to help me as a kid. So when I was able to be that for other little boys and girls and girly boys, that was the biggest prize for me, because I get to be that for someone. So
that actually might have been one of the best moments of the show, actually, when Gary talked about what it's like growing up and being bullied, and that it gets better and you just have to make it through school and you're out, and then it's true. It's not about the money. It's about making a splash, and you certainly did.
Yeah, fantastic. Emmett, what were your feelings as it all came down to the wire?
Yeah, it was a tough one. I lost around a 50-50. You know, I felt I had played my game to the T, and it was tough for me because I came in the game, I had a huge target on my back from day one and put on the block that first night. So to make it to the end, it was going to be a struggle and a fight, and, you know, I couldn't rely on my physical challenges to keep me there. I was going to have a strong strategic game, but as I say, I got beaten a 50-50.
I was going to say, you were so strategic throughout the entire game, so you must be replaying all of your moves now and thinking, oh, could I have done this better? Do you now wish that maybe you kept Talla and got rid of Gary when you had the chance?
No, like, you look back and you basically take what happened in the previous competitions in the previous weeks, and, you know, Jill had already won 2 endurances, and, you know, I just pegged her to win the first part of the endurance, and then I'd crush Gary in a physical, and then we walk out together, and that's just how it would have went. But, you know, the endurance didn't go like that, and...
You crushed me, I crushed Jill.
Yeah, that's the way it goes in reality TV. Rosie, you got something over there?
Yeah, I've got somebody who's in the hot seat this morning, Topaz. And Topaz, I need to know, how are you feeling the day after? And are you frustrated with the mistake that you made?
I'm definitely frustrated because obviously I want my Gare Bear to win. I love Gary. The entire world knows this. You know, I know Gary is fine. Like, my main concern is Gary, and Gary is A-okay. And I know, we all know, it was never about the money with Gary. It was about him, you know, allowing the world to see who he is and let them see his heart. Like, he's a loving person, and he shows so much more than that. Like, it's just not about the money, and I'm just happy that he was able to show Canada who he is, and that's what. And it's not
I gotta jump in for a sec, because Emmett, you are not buying any of this, man. Go ahead.
It's Big Brother. You know, you got one life in there. If you need 2 to win it, then, you know, that's why I said if Jill was to lose this, it would have been because of a bitter jury.
But I earned my place in this game. Canada voted me in. I didn't ask for that. They voted me in, and I was thankful. And I went on slop until the end of the season.
That's fine.
I'm the same size as Alec now. I earned my place here. I won the veto fair and square. I took myself off the block, so I earned it.
Emmett,
Come on over here. Speaking of Alec here, I wanted to ask Alec. Alec, I wanted to ask you, if you got voted back into the House, because this is a question you want to ask a lot of people, you know, hindsight is 20/20, what would your strategy have been if you got the chance to go back into the House, Alec?
Basically, at that point, I would have had no real social game left. So I probably would have just went hard at Emmett and Jillian. Probably worked with Talla if I could. Maybe still would have trusted this jerk. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like Gary did great when he came back in, because he did what he had to do. I mean, he made a nice little alliance with Emmett and Jillian when he did. And if I went in, I probably would have just went crazy, just stopped throwing things and started winning everything, and would have taken her out, him out, and then you're in the end with me.
Hindsight's 20/20, though, isn't it?
Ain't that the truth?
It's a game.
Gary,
Big Brother Canada.
you're holding back a little bit, because you're all fired up now.
I mean, it's Big Brother Canada. You have to expect the unexpected. It's not going to be just a straight arrow. You know, things are going to happen. Canada voted Sue off the block. There was an instant eviction. That's what makes this show entertaining.
I'm just saying, some of us, you know, I didn't rely on a twist to keep me in the game, so...
Well, you know what? We actually...
I'll take the heat. I'll take the heat.
No, we can't even necessarily say that, because, again, it's true. It isn't one straight line. because of the twist, like, if this person hadn't come out that week, then this person definitely wouldn't have come out that week. You never can tell how we would have arrived at the final 3. And there were so many twists and turns. My gosh.
I had a decision to get me out. He didn't get me out, so you could only blame yourself.
Oh, twists and turns. Okay, Talla, there was a point when Topaz and Alec were having some problems, and you jumped into bed with Alec. I remember that. That was crazy. Where did that come from? And also, we're talking about a lap dance, too? Hello.
That was a fail on my part, but the thing is, I watched a movie, I got scared, and just like, go crawl into bed with Alec. Alec decided to scare me, so I laid there for 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, this is not going to go good. I think I should go back to my bed. And then, Topaz tried to come at me, but no one can come at me without me throwing down a freak show. But at the end of the day, Topaz is my friend, and I wasn't trying to come between that. But I did think that Alec could have played a really good game. And I just want to make one thing clear. We all deserve to be here. And when Emmett said that I didn't deserve to be in the final 3, we're all deserving. You're not better than me. I'm not saying I'm better than you. So I don't want to hear this anymore than you saying that I didn't deserve to be here. Thank you, because I think that's just ridiculous. Get your words right.
Ratings gold, ratings gold. Music to my ears.
Cameras in the jury house.
All right, Rio. Say yes. Yeah. That's a show in itself. Oh my God. I know, they were the lions in the jury.
All right, we're going to take one more break. It's been a roller coaster 10 weeks.
Hey.
We say goodbye to all the members of Big Brother Canada when we come back.
That's right. God knows what is going to happen in this house.
Let's do this!
I'm going to grab the eggs from the cellar.
All right.
There you go, some of the highlights from this season. The very first one of Big Brother Canada, and Rosie's over now with Peter. Let's get his take.
Yeah, I've got a question for you, Peter. You were a big fan of Big Brother US, Will and Boogie. They lied, they cheated. Why, then, were you so hard on Jillian, who had to do the same thing to win?
I'm a fan of pro wrestling, and at the end, in the question portion of the show, I decided to be a heel. Unfortunately, Jillian was the face in this situation, and I had to call her out on some things that I felt were poor in her game. However, I will tip my hat to you, congratulate you on the win.
There you go.
Aww.
You're welcome.
That's very nice.
I know.
Very nice. Yeah. Who's going to stay in touch, do you think? Who's going to remain friends here?
Me and Emmett are going to be best friends.
Peter and I hate each other. He is now out of the shield. Yes.
What was that over there?
Okay, Alec is saying, who's staying in touch, the question?
Yeah.
I won't talk to Peter again. He's out of the shield. We're taking applications.
Liza, you stay in touch. Tom, Peter, Talla, AJ.
Gary, definitely. Danielle, I love you.
So these are real deal friendships you'll take into the rest of your life.
I hope they're real.
It's just some level everyone. You know, I've made closer friendships with other people.
Your real drama's happening right here.
Yeah, actually, it was a great experience, and I hope to get to know people that weren't in the house long enough even better down the road.
I know, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, you all played a phenomenal game, and congratulations again to Jillian and Arissa. Well done, Arissa.
Oh, thank you.
Such a good job. And today, by the way, was just the tip of the iceberg. Tune in next Wednesday night as ET Canada presents the Big Brother Canada Reunion Special, hosted by Roz Weston. We'll see if they're still all friends by next week. All 15 house guests will be on hand answering audience questions. And coming up next week, we are going to have Charles Shaughnessy back on the show with us.
Very cool.
Yep, he played the dad on The Nanny, so he'll be back in the... We had him on as a guest, see, that's the thing, and then all of a sudden we can reel them back in. so I'm sure we're going to be seeing lots of big things from all of you guys. So thank you so much for being great sports today and spending the morning with us. Have a phenomenal weekend, everybody. We're back again live.
Jillian.
Congratulations, Jillian. You are the first ever winner of Big Brother Canada. You can both finally make your way out of the house now. Let's get them out. Up on your feet. Brother Canada.
Welcome back, everybody, and the big winner, Jillian, joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
So you could see on your face last night as Arissa was announcing, who voted for who to win the game, and when they said Topaz had voted for you, you could see that look across your face a little bit like, what?
I thought maybe it was a joke. I was just like, what's going on? Like, why are they doing this to us?
Right. Like, did you feel like in your mind you could kind of, because you knew everybody so well now, you could kind of figure out who was going to vote for who?
She would be the most
Most obvious.
aside from Peter, who would be the person I would guess, like, that would vote for Gary 100%. So that's why I was so confused and so shocked.
Right. Did you expect to win? When it was down to you and Gary?
When it was down to me and Gary, I had no idea how it was going to work out. I knew it was going to be close. I knew I had some votes, but I knew that I had, a lot of people who may have, held a grudge against me for, like, some moves I made in the game. So I didn't know, honestly. I had no idea. I thought it was going to be a 3-4 vote either way.
Right.
Yeah. So were you starting to feel physically and mentally tired at any point in the game? Or were you always like, I am in it? Did you wake up every day like, this is it, I got to win? I mean, were you focused every day?
What's that? On what?
Every single day. I mean, it's
on
so winning the competition.
I quit every day, I think.
Did you feel tired mentally? Were you ever getting tired? Like, oh my God.
I was tired of
number
lying,
16.
and I was like, oh my God, who did I lie to today?
You gotta figure it out.
It showed though. It showed. I remember we talked after in the backyard, and I was like, girl, I'm really happy you're out of that house now. Like, you had to get out. Okay, that's a long time to be cooped up for real. Like, you need some fresh air.
Yeah.
You need your own things, and it's true. Like, you wanted to go to the drugstore. Like,
I was cracking up. Like, I needed out.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you made it out, and I'm happy. I mean, you deserve to win too. So that's
I was going to say props to you because you played a great game and you won so many HOHs. But Dan Giesling, we had him as a guest co-host, and what he said to you is that it felt like you were playing for second until the very end.
Yeah. I don't.
Were you ready to
give?
You weren't ready. Were you ready to give it up for Emmett? If that was going to be?
I didn't feel like I was giving it up. What I felt like I was doing was taking someone who was just as good who I viewed as just as good of a competitor as me into the final two and letting jury decide. I didn't think, oh, he's 100% winning this if we go together. I think there was like a 4-3 toss-up perhaps there too. I wasn't saying, he's getting all the votes and I'm getting 0 votes. But at the same time, I think he played an awesome game and he deserved to win just as much as I did.
What attracted you to being on a reality show in the first place?
It was mostly friends and family because I don't watch a lot of TV, so it was friends and family telling me to, apply for the show. I don't know, is that
It's a pretty big commitment, though. You got to walk away from your life for a number of weeks. It's not something like, okay, someone thinks I should do this. Like, you got to do it.
Everything came in stages. I wasn't, committing right away. I was, going to, interviews and blah, blah, blah. And, it just all came in stages. And by the end of it, I was like, wow, this is really going to happen. But at the same time, I didn't really have, I'm a substitute teacher, so I didn't have a job that I was committed to. I had to stay home. I was in the perfect position in my life to do this. I didn't have a house of my own at the time. I still don't. I lived with my parents. So it was just the perfect, everything. The stars aligned.
Right.
What are you going to do with the money?
I'm pretty boring. I'm going to pay off my student loan, and I'm probably going to put a down payment on a house.
How are you going to feel, because you haven't watched any of the show. Right? I think what made it so great is that nobody had their guard up. I mean, everybody seemed to just let it out there.
Right into
and
it
you
right
had
away.
an intense, a pretty intense showmance, romance, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
What happened?
What do you think it's going to be like going back to the East Coast? I mean,
I'm excited.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh, that was a very eager yes.
Why? Yeah, why? You made me seem not excited all of a sudden.
No. Watching it all happen, the whole East Coast Alliance, the thing with Andrew, all of that go down. I mean, it was crazy to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to picture you in a grocery store and people coming up to you, and you're probably going to get every reaction, right?
Yeah.
But save it. Save your answer because we have to take a quick break.
Okay.
Up next, there have been fights, romance, and tears. So we're going to start talking to everybody. Okay, let's take a look at this clip, and then you tell me what was going through your head.
Jillian.
Wait a minute. Wait, what?
Topaz.
Yeah?
We made the rules really, really clear.
No! No!
You vote.
Oh, wait a minute. No!
You vote for who you want to win.
I can't even watch it.
Well, I know.
I can't even watch this.
Crazy. Tell me what was going through your head. You were earning your money last
Well,
night.
no, at this point, I mean, we'd already had such a dramatic show. It was great. Emmett went home. No one saw. Like, oh my god. Watching the jury members watch some of the tape, they'd never seen the show before. I was like, oh my god. And then this was like, okay, wow, there's underdogs in this game. Wow, everything's you know. I'm just voting. I just want to get through. I'm looking probably for a 4-3 vote at this point. I can kind of like figure that out. And it's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Like, because it was pretty
Game
obvious,
change.
right?
But so
It was-
now, when Topaz puts her hand up, what's
Yeah.
going through your head? You're thinking, now this is going
Okay,
right
now
off.
listen, again, this is different. Normally, house guests are voting for who they want to be evicted, right? So all of a sudden it changes for the last show. They vote for who they want to win, which is different. So it's not inconceivable that in the heat of the moment, you got lights, there's excitement, there's Florida, there's audience, all of that a mistake could be made. But it was very odd to me, and it was like, oh no, here we go. Here comes Topaz.
Doesn't this feel though like that Gary is the true winner?
You know, I think Gary and Jillian are both winners. I really do. Okay, because they both have fatter bank accounts. That's exciting, right? They're both very, very well known.
Yeah.
And I think everyone here is going to go on to do amazing things. I think they're both winners. I think Gary's in a great place right now. I think Jillian's in a great place right now. I think Topaz is in a great place right now. Maybe give her one more night, and then she'll be in a good place.
She is.
No, but it's like, you know what it is? It's like on Game 7, scoring in your own net. That's kind of what happens.
Right, exactly. But you know
it
what?
happens, but what are you going to do?
On Twitter, and because this is reality TV, and let's be honest, a lot of times people just want to watch it for the train wreck hot mess of it all. And so people on Twitter are saying, does it even matter if, you know, she was doing it for her own, to put herself forward? It was real, not real, does it matter? It was just good old great TV.
It was great TV, but if you were in that room, there was not one person who thought that what was happening was not genuine. Because when Topaz looked in my eyes, and I've done this impression for a few people, it's like, Marissa, don't do this to me. I was like, I can't. What am I going to do? I don't want to do it to you. I don't want to. No, it was so dramatic, and it was so real. And that was, it felt like reality TV was real for a second. You know, things are so tightly produced, and everyone knows kind of what's going to happen, and people are so rarely surprised. And all of a sudden, it was like, this is the realest moment you'll ever see in TV.
Well, you know what's funny? This is the first reality show that I've followed from beginning to end, and I watched it like your average viewer. I mean, I was yelling at the TV.
Oh, yeah.
I would be making my salad at night. I'm like, I can't believe Tom